And of the 29 use cases, I selected only 6. So let's have a look. Let's start with manufacturing. What we see here is a factory floor environment. And in this factory floor, we are looking at an avatar. And this avatar is able to interact. You will be guided, assisted by it in this environment through the procedures, etc. Here's an example of our Japanese reseller that is using this for describing products. And here's a safety example, how this is used for safety procedures and accidents in real production. Now, energy sector is very exciting, whether it's traditional energy, like we see here.
And following safe work procedures. 5. Monitoring work conditions regularly. 6. Investigating all incidents and
Yeah, you see a procedure description and guided. Or you do it in the real environment. In this case, we are doing it for an electricity location, and we put it in, when I say real environment, I mean on the street, although the experience that you see here is a virtual training procedure. Let's go to something that I find very exciting. It's a cockpit on a flight from London to Los Angeles. In the unlikely event that you get an engine failure, the system can not only identify what's wrong and but also what to do. So it provides you instruction, step-by-step instruction and visual instructions in flight for this type of application. Now, the capability are not limited to in flight. You can also take it at home. In this case, you can see it at home where and the way I was trying to depict how you can see that it's at home is because, yeah, there you go. You can see in the background there's a painting. So this is not a real cockpit now. You are in a virtual cockpit environment. Now this can expand to whole training on, as we do now in India, or entire airports. They are building about 100 new airports, and they need to train the tower personnel in how to guide aircrafts in a safe way. And because they can't afford to do it in the physical aircrafts or airports, they are using a virtual environment, as you can see, published on a street. Now, there's also very practical and tangible maintenance repair operations. You can see
typical parts of the military.
So this is for the military environment, but you can also use it for repair operations like you see here.
That goes from the spark plug to the ignition coil.
So a lot of interesting applications for aerospace. An area I'm very fascinated about is the medical area. Many hospitals are using our technology. One of them is Children's Hospital of Orange County.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Morty. I am the Chief of Cardiology at Children's Hospital of Orange County.
I'm Ramin. I'm one of the third-year pediatrics.
So what they are doing, they are using this to explain to patients what's happened rather than to draw it. And they have a whole for all type of illnesses and therapeutic procedures. But this is not limited to that. They can also train
To the success of the module, or what we
using this. As
This
well
new
as
program is definitely
reduce the anxiety for patients around, for example, in MRI procedures, and how to train nurses how to conduct this in a safe and in a way that patients are not are actually going through this procedure in a way that doesn't elevate their anxiety. So from very practical things like COVID education to CPR training, obviously here, to advanced surgical procedures.
containing vapors, dusts.
This is very much possible to use in healthcare. Now, what I like about this one is that it's also applicable in tourism. So let's say you land in Pisa at the airport, you downloaded a QR code for an app, and you have your personal guide that then shows you and tells you everything you need to know in your local language about this particular site. And this can be also places like
An inscription
Lisbon,
on the pedestal.
or why not one of my favorite places, which is
Prague is a very beautiful area of the city. It's located in the center of the old town.
so this is going from Los Angeles
In over 60 films.
Describe to me the
so to all corners of the world. Now, safety and security is something very important. A
Where
concrete
these two seem to be out.
of this is that
I'd spot that.
we have suspicious signs that we identify, and this application is made for training for next Olympics, security personnel to have a safe and assess their performance if they qualify to handle very extreme situation that can happen from a safety perspective. Another example is earthquakes. This is developed for Turkey in conjunction with the earthquake that they had recently. Or a final example, there's a whole factory environment here where we are training safety procedure in case something unexpected happens. So those are just some examples of security.